Hi, everybody. Before we get to another great interview, the Too Opinionated podcast could really use your help. And it's easy, it's free. IMDb, which is the entertainment database, imdb.com, named us a top 100 podcast. We came in at number 82. That's a big deal because there's 15 million podcasts and growing. So to be named to anybody's top 100 list, pretty big deal for us. And the way you can help is to go to imdb.com, look up the Too Opinionated podcast, and that's it. Just bringing our page up. That traffic really helps us out. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. All we ask is that you subscribe. It's also free, but that really helps us to attract these amazing guests that we keep bringing on the program. And that's it. 2 easy ways for you to support us, and we would really appreciate the help. Now let's get to that interview. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. I'm so excited today. I get to welcome back one of our favorite guests, actor, writer, director, Vas Saranga. So welcome, Vas.
Hey, Michael. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah. I went back to look. It's been 3 years since you were last on. It went by so fast.
Super fast. I have a baby now. He's 16 months old. Yeah, I got him.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Boy or girl?
He's a boy, Henry.
Oh, Henry.
He's nice. In that classic name. He's a toddler phase. He's running around.
Does it feel like he might want to get into acting?
Yeah.
It's early.
We play our cards right. Yes. Because my wife Marina is an actress, and so we're an acting family.
Oh yeah,
so
acting family.
We don't want to pressure him, but
he's going to have opportunity though. He's going to be around it.
Yes. Let's just say I want him to be a nepo baby, as they say.
Oh shoot, that's terrific. Well, yeah, last time we talked, we were, as a podcast, we had done, I don't know, 550 some episodes. Well, we've doubled that since the last time we talked. We're closing in on 1,200 now.
That's incredible.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around because I mean, we do this, but it doesn't feel like I'm like overly busy. But we're putting out a lot of episodes.
By the way, it's like publicists will train actors not to say stuff like that. Like if I was like, you know what? I don't know if I really work that many days of the year, but I got a lot of episodes in the can. Yeah.
Well, the truth of the matter is I enjoy it so much. It just doesn't seem like I'm working. So,
there's that old adage, if you do what you love, you won't work a day in your life.
Well, that's right. I mean, we tend to put out about 4 episodes a week, which is pretty high volume for a podcast, but it just doesn't seem, if you enjoy it, it's not really work.
Let's just say I wish I was you.
I spent a few decades out there in the grind and the day to day, and I don't miss it.
Yeah. There are good days and bad days.
That's right.
But we're here to talk about the good days, which is the best part.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. So last time, Vas, you were here, we were talking about You're My Hero. With that, but that's wrapped up now, right?
Yeah. We wrapped that up. We got 2 seasons out of it.
It's a great show.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your support. I still love it. I still have people asking me about it. People still watching it. Like season 2 just came out last year.
Yeah.
And you never know. We could get any show these days could be resurrected. It could be bought by another network or whatever it is. But that's we kind of stopped after 2 seasons on that, and then as an actor, I moved forward on some other projects.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. But what a great show! And 2 seasons is not bad at all. There's a lot of shows that would take 2 seasons in a heartbeat.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so happy that we got what we did, and there's still so much more potential storytelling in You're My Hero. And so much more behind the scenes footage that I shot personally that I haven't even posted yet.
Oh, you got to get that out.
I think I have a year worth of stuff.
Yeah. That's kind of awesome though. It's like when I have stuff like that, it like eats at me till I post it. So I might have a year's worth to post, but it's probably going to get out there in about a week.
Yeah. I wish I could do that. I tend to accumulate and sit on it and then
Yes.
wait for the perfect moment instead of just getting it out there, which I probably should be doing.
Well, you can do like
Um,
I see, especially some of the women do that. They'll be like, "Here's my entire year."
oh yeah, like the like year in review or
Yeah,
like here's a photo dump or like a
yeah.
yeah, that kind of thing, right?
I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Well, now
That's
it's
one
just
way
all
to do it.
pictures of our toddler, so it'd just be a photo like a
But you know, if
10,000
you're dumping
photos.
photos though, then you're tying up my time because then I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
now I
that's
got to look
true.
through all of
Yes,
them.
yes, because that's more than the frequency of this podcast. You can't just
Have,
dump all your
not
photos.
that
Like you
not
got
that
to space it
anybody
out.
listening is going to care about this, but have you ever, somebody's posted a bunch of photos, and for some reason you start just going through liking them, the photos, because you feel like you got to look at each one, but then it's more than what you anticipated. So now you're
Right.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
stuck because you don't want to leave like just a couple unliked, because what does that mean? Does that mean that you really don't
Totally.
like
Totally.
those? But
I
you're
have gone
committed
back
now.
on Instagram stories and clicked the heart. Like otherwise it looks like there's like five that were ignored and
Right.
then yeah, the first and the last.
Like, I don't want to upset anybody. I better like all, because it
Yes.
happens to me a
Yes.
lot, like with family,
Hmm.
and they'll be like, oh, there's a grandkid. Let me like that one. But
Yeah.
then there's 150 other pictures of that grandkid. And I'm like, what have I started?
Yes. I'm the person on the other side. Putting the
You're the
the
one
pictures
dumping
there.
all of it.
Yeah, and then waiting for the grandparents. Why didn't you like this?
Yeah.
You don't like that? You like that one, but not this one? What's going on?
What's wrong with this one?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's
Oh
true,
my
because
God.
you've got a little one now, so you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
hard. It's hard to just post a picture
Hmm.
of one of your child or children. It just
Yeah,
you end up just posting a ton.
exactly. Yeah, we
Here's
keep it we
everything
keep
I
it
have.
to we keep it to a shared family album and not online. And we just force the immediate family to look at
That's
it
right,
every day, all day, right?
all day.
Oh my God.
So I saw you on Law and Order,
Yeah.
the Toronto version.
Yep. That
That's
was really
pretty
cool.
exciting.
Yeah, that was great. That was super fun to work on. It's always uncanny. Like every Law and Order, it's got that music, and
Yes.
then the every all the locations. It's like when you see it come together, it's just one of those franchises that's it's starting to spread even more outside of New York, and it's just such a staple. It's like an actor rite of passage to be on Law and Order.
Well, when we talked last,
Mm.
I was joking with you. I was like, you haven't been on Murdoch Mysteries yet, and that's kind of the
Yeah.
Canadian version of Law and Order.
Yeah.
But now you've got a Law and Order as well, and you've also been on Murdoch Mysteries
Yes.
now.
I hit both of those. So you manifested that for me.
Well, you're
So
welcome.
yeah, I shouldn't thank my agents or any of those people.
See, now you can say, "Well, I've made it now."
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
If you haven't been on Murdoch Mysteries and you're Canadian, what are you doing?
What are you doing with your life, right? Because I think
It's been on
when
for
I
like
got on,
20
it was
years.
well, I got on season 18 finally, which was cool, but it was super fun to do. And there's this satisfaction in auditioning over and
Yes,
over and over again, and then when you sort of land in a role, you're like, okay, this has to be the right role. This is
has to
the right
be.
role. Yeah, it has to be.
Well, so were you a victim or were you the killer?
No, I was one of the suspected killers.
Oh, okay. So you were
Uh,
like a red herring.
yeah, a bit of a red herring, but also like kind of like an expert, right? So my
Oh,
character was like an artifact collector,
well, that's
who
kind of
had
fun.
yeah, so that's kind of fun and with the sort of potential to come back in the future because if a character the way that show works is like if you don't die, you could come back,
Yeah.
basically,
Well, I've
right? And
seen people, I mean,
mhm.
not actually seen, but ones that like maybe they were on an episode in year 5, and then year
Mm.
15, they're back as somebody completely different.
Yes, totally. I did that on Mayday, Air Emergency, which is Discovery Plus.
Yep.
And yeah, I was a different character in an early season, and then I think literally 10 plus years later, I came back as a different
That's fun.
character. Yeah. They used to do that all the time. I'm sure like 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, did lots
Oh,
of
yeah.
shows. Yeah, people would play the same actors, just like different roles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
If you pay attention, you could see. the actors kind of running through, especially if you're like me and you watched everything. You're like, oh, there they are again.
Yeah, the more into geek culture you are, the more you will be in tune to like the characters that are
Yes,
played by the same actors. And sometimes on different Star Trek iterations, there'll be like a Klingon or something, and you can't tell because of the
that's right.
makeup, right? Yeah, yeah.
Exactly
But it's the
right.
same actor that was not playing a character of that race, right, or species,
Yep.
and then but there's something about it that seems familiar, and then you're
That's
like, wait a
right.
minute,
That's right.
yeah,
You
yeah,
don't know
exactly,
that you know, but you know.
yeah, yeah,
Are you like when you watch, do you like movies and TV shows, do you have to pause it and look up where you've seen somebody from?
yeah,
I do
constantly,
that all the time. It
yeah,
takes me twice as long to watch anything because I'm constantly going,
yes,
oh, I know that one from somewhere.
yeah.
Where I've seen them.
We just replaced commercial breaks with our own little
Yes, we've
mini
created our own commercials.
yeah, but it's basically like an encyclopedia. Have you ever seen? I think it's on Amazon Prime. It'll actually say who's in the scenes
Yes, I
because they're
love
connected to
that
IMDb, right?
because all you got to do is pause it and it's right there. I know. I wish
exactly.
all of them would do that. It would save me so much
Yep.
more time.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm pretty sure it's because Amazon owns IMDb as well. Don't quote me
Oh
on
yeah,
that.
you know what? I knew that. I just wasn't
Yeah.
thankful to it. That's exactly why.
Yes,
Why wouldn't you take advantage of that?
exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I would be doing that. Yeah.
But yes, I'm always doing that. I just have it handy, right?
Yeah.
Or my wife and I will be watching something and then but sometimes we're like neither of our phone or both phones are charging and I was like I'll just say it into my Apple Watch, right? Who plays the character of Jason in season
I know it's
17 of
not like you
Murdoch
need to
Mysteries? Yeah.
know, but you need to know. I get a lot of enjoyment out of that.
I
I
do
don't know
too.
why. It
There's
scratches
something
something.
about yeah, there's something about there's an involvement of like there's a satisfaction in closing that loop.
That's it.
Where have I
Yeah.
seen this person before? Where have I seen? And then the other game that I play is that person. Are they British? Are they doing an accent? Are they Australian? You know?
That's kind of funny. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've
And then you
done
sort
that
of you
before.
hear a word slip or you hear something, and then you go, wait a minute. It's that I need to know where that person was from. And then you're like, oh, they're American. Oh, they were raised in the UK. I
That's right.
knew it. You know what I
I
mean?
knew
Just
it.
because of one word.
I had I was in LA, let's see, a couple weeks ago,
Mm.
and I was staying at the Roosevelt. I don't know if you know it, but it's
Yeah,
there
yeah.
on Hollywood.
Yep.
And I got on the elevator, and there was a group of women on there, and I just said, I'm from West Virginia. I just said morning, just like that, morning.
Yeah.
And one of the women said, "Ooh," she's like, "You from the South?"
That's funny.
Like, God.
That's funny. Yep, yep, yep.
I was like, I
And West
guess I
Virginia is
could have.
not that far south, but it's still
It's
considered,
close
right?
enough.
Yeah,
Like I maybe
exactly.
should have enunciated that a little better. Like,
Yes, yes. But it's also the act of saying good morning to someone,
well, that's
even.
it. That's it.
It's like Southern hospitality, right?
That's right. That's right. Well, yeah, it
Yeah.
feels awkward to me to get on an
Mm.
elevator and just not speak.
Yeah, it's
I mean, maybe if
tense.
it's a big group, but if it's just like a couple
Yes.
people, it just feels awkward.
Mm.
You got to
Mm.
break that.
Yeah, I just will just call out the going to number five.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pointless. Absolutely accomplishes nothing other than asserts myself as someone who doesn't like the silence.
That's right. That's right. I'm just showing that I can't stand to just be myself
Yeah.
here.
Yep. Yep.
So you got a new one coming out. Let's see,
Yeah.
the 18th. It's
Yep.
coming out
Coming
pretty
in
soon.
hot.
So I Will Find You, which is Harlan Coben, right?
Yes. Yes. Best one of his best-selling
I
thriller
mean,
novels.
he's an okay author. He's
Yeah,
written one or two
exactly. He's doing
books.
okay. Yeah. He's an up and comer. He's an up and comer. He's got a couple of, people are still just learning about it.
Well, and I saw that this one he just wrote it like a couple years ago, which
It's
that's
recent.
really fast to get that
Yep.
turned into to a limited series. So, which obviously shows he's a very established writer because he writes a book and everybody's like, okay, let's take it.
Yeah, usually we're seeing these adaptations from beloved novels that are 5, 10, 15, 20 years old,
Right.
not 2, 3 years.
No, I mean that's
Exactly.
fast.
That's very
Because
fast.
that's
I
just
wonder if there's a deal in place beforehand of
oh
like,
yeah.
because there's a lot
Well,
of
that wouldn't
trust, right?
surprise me.
He's got a lot of great series, right? And that's how I had seen Missing You,
Oh,
one of
great
his series.
series.
And a lot of his series are set in the UK when they
Yeah.
get adapted, except this one is, I believe, the first American adaptation, even
Oh,
though he's an American novelist and their novels are generally
isn't
set
that
in the
interesting
US.
that most of his are
Yeah.
in the UK?
Yes, exactly. Very, very interesting. Yeah.
Well, so what's I Will Find You about?
So I Will Find You. It's a thriller. It's like an action thriller mystery. It's Sam Worthington stars as David Burrows, and
Yeah.
he is wrongfully accused of killing his son. He's imprisoned,
Oh
and there's
yeah.
some evidence that comes to light. He gets like a lead, a tip that his son might be alive out there. So he breaks out, and he's on the run. He's on the run, and it's a good old in the vein of The Fugitive. It's a good old like he's searching for the truth at all costs,
Yeah.
and the FBI Fugitive Task Force is right on his heels.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, the cast
Yeah.
in this is loaded.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really, interestingly enough, my all the men in my family get together on occasion, and we do what we call manly movie nights.
Oh,
So
nice.
so you would pick a movie. Well, it's usually a western or something, but this time
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
picked The Fugitive. So
Oh, love
it's
it.
only been like a week, and we just watched it. It still
Oh,
holds
you
up.
just watched. Yeah, it still holds up.
Yeah, that's
It
a
still holds
so
up.
so you comparing this one to kind of in that vein, I'm in. Yeah, let's watch that.
Yes. Yeah, that's to me is the closest comparison in terms of like the themes and the the just the tension and the thrill and the action all mixed in together, but with all these like twists and turns. Um and I kind of what I really love about The Fugitive, which we get some moments of this in I Will Find You, is that, there's still some humor in there, right? It can be very dark. It can be dark but there's still a little bit of humor in there, especially with, some of the FBI people and some of the, supporting cast and stuff like that too. So, yeah, actually when I had auditioned for the show, I had told them a story about in my audition saying, I'm really one of my favorite movies is The Fugitive, and I definitely see some homage here to
Yeah.
that, and I really connect with that. And I told them I'd seen a featurette about Joe Pantoliano and
Yeah.
how on The Fugitive, he was hired on, and the director said, "Okay, we don't have a part written for you. You're just going to improv." Okay, we just need to liven up some of these FBI scenes,
Yeah.
right? Well, you're just gonna improv, and they showed all these moments. They showed where the script is. There's
I had
nothing
no
in the
idea
script
he was
there.
doing that.
Yeah, and he was just improvising stuff, and I said that in my audition, and I was like, fun fact, Joe Pantoliano didn't have any scripted die. He just improv through the whole thing, and then I was like, well, if you hire me, I won't do that. I won't just improv. I kind of
That's
put
the
that
only
out
way
there.
I'll do
Yeah,
it.
exactly, right. But
Now that's
but
really
yeah, that was yeah.
interesting. Strangely enough,
Mm.
Joe just sent me a friend request on Facebook. Only
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't Joe.
Someone pretending to be Joe,
I'm
most
like,
likely, right?
I like, well, I'm going to accept it because a
Just
podcast. I've met so many actors and stuff. I was like, it could be Joe. Maybe it's Joe.
could be
I'll
him.
accept it. But then I
Yeah.
get the message and say, have you heard about this? Have you done this? And I'm like, this isn't
Yeah.
Joe.
This is this is not even the next best thing.
No,
It is
I'm like,
someone, yeah,
ah.
besmirching his name. That's what they're
Well,
doing.
so what's your role in the film? Who do you play?
Yeah, so I am Agent Dev Chopra. I'm on the FBI Fugitive Task Force that is on the heels of
That
David
sounds like an
Burrows.
agent.
Yeah, yeah, Agent
That's a
Dev
good agent
Chopra.
name.
It's a strong name, right?
Yeah.
Strong name. Yeah, and I get the boss is always like, Chopra, where are you at? Right? Report in, that kind of thing. Shy McBride playing the lead
Yeah.
FBI
I love him.
investigator.
He's so good.
Yeah, just powerhouse and just Chopra, what do you got? That kind of stuff. My character was saying, I got it, boss, like always calling him boss, right?
I like that.
One of
I
those
like
guys, one
that.
of those guys. Yeah, yeah, you know, someone seasoned, really good at his job,
Yeah.
but not afraid to kind of grease the wheels a little, play a little bit of the game of politics a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, one of those people that will volunteer to be like the first one to go in, you know what I mean, into danger, but also keep everything at a little bit of an arm's length. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that corner, that, you know, looking around the corner and sussing out whether I should be going first, that kind of character. You know what I mean? So a little
No,
bit of
that
levity in
sounds like a
there, but
fun
yeah,
character to play, though.
yeah, absolutely. There
Well,
was some cool, cool
did
stuff.
you have to do like, did you have to learn anything? Do you have to go through any type of special training to play an agent?
Yeah, we didn't nothing too formal, but we did have you know, weapons experts on
Yeah.
set, and we had an expert in basically like tactical movements,
Oh, yeah.
and you know, doing those hand signals, like following each other, coming into as in a formation, like you know, when you're
Yeah.
raiding a building or you're going in for an
Well, you always
arrest.
see, that going on when you see it.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, it must be getting used, or
Yes.
they wouldn't be doing it in all the movies that you see.
Right.
But
Exactly.
you're supposed to
Exactly.
know the hand signals to.
Yep. Yes, and it's very subtle kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Also, just how you would hold the firearm, right? These are replicas and stuff that we're working with, but like how, you know, just like how you would, you know, tap the partner on the back and like to just signal like are you, you know, you're right with them
Yeah.
or you're separating, where your line of sight is, even just how to move when you're wearing like you're wearing a full suit with a vest when you throw the vest
Yeah.
on top of it and you have all your gear, all
Yeah.
that
It's a lot
stuff.
actually to have on.
Yes, yes. And then you realize why, you know, people who work in law enforcement kind of hold on to their vest up here with their hand, right? Because you're like, what do I do with my hands here? It's like
Yeah.
this is
Where
a
do I
nice
put
little resting spot. Yeah, it's
them?
just a nice, and it makes you feel powerful, and or also just kind of you can
I
kind of
would
just chill
totally
out
do
holding
that.
the thing.
I know
Yeah.
me. I'd have to have somewhere to put my hands.
Exactly. Yeah, because at that point you're wearing the belt, you've got your firearm, you have your badge, you have, you know, you have the handcuffs and everything. So
Yeah.
now the access to your pockets and everything is now obscured, right? So that's it's really and if you were to put your hands like in the vest like this, then you don't really have quick access to them.
That's
So I
right.
can, yeah, so it's the little things like that, like the posture and those kind of things that we kind of learn those things on the day, on the job,
Yeah.
at least for my role within the fugitive task force. Yeah,
I love
which
that
is
you're on
cool.
the fugitive task force. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. It's such the specificity of that is, you know, when I was really young, I don't know what it was, but maybe it's just watching movies. But growing
yeah.
up in Canada, I was like, I want to be an FBI agent,
Yeah.
you know, and
You
and then I
did
realized, yeah,
it.
yeah, I did it, but I was like, oh wait, you have to be American first of all, right? It's like
Well,
a
it does
second of
help a little bit, I think.
yeah, exactly, right. Well, I'll report in from Canada, you know. Um,
What's
yeah.
Canada's version of the FBI? What's
Well,
it called?
so we have the mounted police. The Mounties would be the equivalent of that, right?
Yeah, that's
Mount,
see, you've
yeah,
got the cool one though.
yeah. That's
Everybody,
the
all Mounties are cool, at least
mm,
from our perspective.
yes, yes, totally, totally. And then we have CSIS, which is the equivalent of CIA,
Okay,
which would
okay,
be the spy agency. Although they don't do too many you know, tell too many screen stories about the you know, the Mounties and and CSIS and
I
all that
know.
kind
I'm
of
kind of
stuff. But
surprised.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You'd
Well, I
think
was
there'd be
watching, I think
more
Yellowstone
Mountie
I was
stories,
watching.
especially.
Well, there was that, was it North of 60? Was it that one? Or there's a great series where it played both sides of the border. Paul Gross was in it. And
Oh, I've seen some of
yeah.
that. What is that?
Yeah, yeah, that show was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
And
That's really. It'll come to me. Yeah, that's.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And that was, you know, like crimes that would happen right on the border, that kind of
yeah.
thing. Yeah. I'm gonna lose my Canadian card status for not knowing the proper name of that show, which I grew up with. But you'll digitally insert that
Oh yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah. I'll get it.
screen,
I'll get it
right?
because it'll probably come to me.
Yes.
I know exactly what
Yes.
you're
You know what?
talking
I'm gonna look it up right now. All of those.
about. We're not going to let it
Let's
linger.
see. Due south. There it is.
Oh
You
yeah,
see, we
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about how we have to know. We just have
I
to
have to
know,
know.
right? We have to know. So due
Well, it
south,
does
and
something.
then
It's I don't want that space being taken up in my brain.
mm,
All the space in there is very
yeah.
precious. I need it. So let's find that out, mark that one off so we can move on.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Well, you're already accumulating so much information from the 4 podcasts a week.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I
So you
got
can't
to.
have something else like
I always tell my wife that I was like, if something comes in, something somewhere is getting pushed out. So
Nice. And that's
I'm
the
forgetting
grocery
something.
list. Yep, that's the grocery list. That's the neighbors' names. That's the
I'm
all
like
that stuff.
I'm like the laptop that's always out of memory. At capacity. I gotta
Yeah.
eject a few things if I'm gonna add.
That happened to me right before I logged on too. It said you're out of disk space.
Oh, it's
I
the
had to clear a bunch of
worst.
stuff.
I'm like, what do you
Yep.
mean I'm out of this? And a
Yeah.
lot of times it's just junk taking it up.
Hmm.
You know,
Always.
you run a cleanup or something, and suddenly you got this space. I'm like,
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it was telling me to delete my "I will find you" scripts, but I ain't doing that.
no,
No.
no, no. You got to
No.
keep those. You got to keep
Yes,
those.
exactly.
Well, so it's a limited series. So is it 8 episodes?
It's 8 episodes. Yeah. Eight
Okay.
episodes to tell that novel story in basically essentially it's like a long feature film split into 8 episodes, right? So that's how you can really do it justice
Yeah.
because I think if it was a 2 hour movie, there would be a lot left on the
I
table.
like that Netflix is they've kind of entered that space. They do a lot of those limited series, but
Hmm.
around, kind of crime and
Yeah.
mystery and that type of stuff. And there wasn't a lot of networks and streamers doing those. It's
Yeah.
smart on their part to kind of enter that space, I think, because
Exactly.
people love those.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's hard sometimes to commit to something where you don't know if they're going to close off the story or not.
Right.
It could get canceled,
That's right.
or it could, or are you going to commit to the next 5+ seasons of it? Like
Well,
it's a
we're
very
we're
easy to
looking
commit to a
for an
limited
Agent
series.
Dev spinoff. So
Yeah. That's definitely something I thought about, right? When you're an actor on set, and there's a great actor, Gregory Waters, whose character is paired with mine often, and
yeah.
he's Agent Simmons. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
Simmons and Chopra, right? And we're
Yeah.
we're 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 often there with the other two characters, but often we're separate, and they're sort of with us. And yeah, we had a couple of ideas about the fugitive task force
That's
splitting off
right.
into of course everyone wants to
I'd
cast
watch
themselves
that.
as the boss, you know what I mean? Like the lead, the boss, all that
That's
stuff.
right. I'd watch that. Just
Mm,
saying.
yeah. That's it. I need to we go straight to Netflix with that. Michael's in.
I mean,
Right.
there's been other shows that they've spun off things that don't really connect to the source material. The
Totally.
only connection we need is that you were on there as an agent,
Mm,
and now you're on another case.
yes.
That's all you need.
Well, do you remember those shows Perfect Strangers and Family Matters?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, did you know that one
TGIF.
was, yeah, exactly. But did you know that Family Matters was a spin-off of Perfect Strangers?
I did not.
Yeah, so here's the connection,
Yeah,
right?
what I was
This
gonna
is
say,
all our
what's
geeks.
the connection?
The connection is in Perfect Strangers, Larry Appleton worked at the Chicago Sun-Times, and he worked there with Harriet Winslow, Carl's wife. And Carl Winslow would show up randomly at work to pick up his wife, and they based an entire show around them. And
That's
then Steve Urkel
hilarious.
stole the entire show.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
incredible.
good trivia. It's kind of like
Mm.
the Golden Girls spun off nurses, but you would
Oh,
never.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no real connection. It was
Oh,
just
okay, okay.
it was a like a doctor on the Golden Girls, and they made it another show,
That's
called
so
it
funny.
Nurses.
Yeah. I guess sometimes they just don't need any connection.
No,
Sometimes it's just it's a smaller side character that
yeah,
that they see potential in. Maybe they really love the actor and they think they can build something around them.
yeah,
And I believe on Friends, not that Friends is a spinoff, but Phoebe's twin sister Ursula, I believe, was a recurring character on Mad About You, I think it was.
that's right. Yes, she was.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And so they
completely
introduced
forgot
that
that, but
character.
I loved Mad About You, and she totally
Uh-huh.
was. She'd pop up on that one.
Yes. So that's kind of wild to then say, okay, we're casting the same actor, we're giving her a different character, but why don't we connect the two worlds by taking that as a twin sister and having her
Yeah,
play both?
I love
So,
that. I
yeah.
love it. And we used to see a lot more of that on network TV.
Hmm.
Don't see as much of the crossover stuff anymore. And I
Yes.
love those. Although I saw Sheriff Country and Fire Country crossed over,
Yes.
which was kind of
Right,
cool.
right. Those are cool. All the Chicago series,
Well,
Med,
yeah, the
TV,
Chicago series
Fire. Yep,
are
the
holding
Chicago
it
series
down.
all
There's like 10 of
crossover.
them.
Yep, yep. I think the Law and Orders every so often will organized crime will overlap with SVU or something
Yeah.
like that, a character here or
Yeah,
there,
I
or they'll
like
move
that
them onto
stuff.
a different task force usually. Um,
I'm waiting
so
on
yeah.
I think the Chicago bus system needs their own TV show. They
Mhm.
call it like
Yeah.
CB something.
Yeah. Just the name of
CBD
like
maybe.
one. Yeah, yeah, taken already.
I guess
Just the
that
the
take
num
it, yeah.
the number of one of the buses,
I would
right?
watch that. Just see
But
what the
they'd
bus
probably
drivers
cross it
think
over with the
about
bear, right? And then Carmi taking the bus to work, you know what I mean? And then
So I saw Mandalorian. All right, I
yeah,
went and saw it last week. It's good. It's really good. But
yeah,
they've got that guy that plays the bear is
yes.
playing Jabba the Hutt's son
Right. Yeah,
with
it's
that,
always
which was
somebody's
really cool.
son,
He's
right?
really good in it.
Yep.
But I was waiting. I was like, why wouldn't you put a scene where he's cooking something
Yes,
as
exactly.
this hut, this Jabba the Hutt, but he's
Yeah.
doing something that I'm sure he could do a move or something that you would recognize
Hmm.
it was from the bear. I was
Someone
like,
call him chef,
yeah, I
yelling
would.
at him. Yeah.
Yes, I would love that.
I don't think they realize how much we like stuff like that as
Yeah,
audience
I
members,
like
right?
little
Those
Easter eggs
nuggets.
like that.
Those
Just
nuggets, but they're
little,
probably on compete. No, I think it's FX, right? The Bears FX, which is
yeah.
Fox, which is Disney, which owns Star Wars, so they could have done
See,
it.
they could have totally done it,
Yeah, it's all in
and
the
that would
and
have
it's
been
all in
an
the
easy one. It wouldn't cost you,
yeah,
2 seconds of screen time.
yeah. I Jeremy Allen White probably said no,
He probably
right? At
said
that
no.
point, right? Yes.
There's a
Yeah.
producer on there that's going, I told you.
Yeah. They're like, give us a little Bruce Springsteen. And he's like, wrong film set.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, back in the day, people couldn't cross over. Now people cross over from Marvel to DC. That was unheard
Yeah.
of,
Yeah, you'd
right?
never
You're
have
just
done that.
in different universes, right? Crossing over from one network to another was not really common.
No, no, the
Competition, yeah.
crossovers you'd see was usually between, same network type shows.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Exactly, exactly. Yeah.
there was a few that crossed networks, but it was pretty rare.
Yeah.
Pretty rare. And I haven't seen that in years. I couldn't even name
Yes.
any of them, but I know I've seen a few that would cross like that.
Hmm.
But you'd have back then though, you'd have shows that would move networks on occasion.
Oh, yes.
You'd
Yeah, yeah,
start with
yeah.
one, then they moved to another, and then they
They
might
move
cross
over.
somewhere.
Yep. Now it kind of moves over to streaming. It'll go from broadcast
Well,
network
that's
to
it.
streaming or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
that's
then
it.
continue over there.
Yeah. Well, so
Hmm.
at this point, you had a pretty good resume the last time I talked to you, and you've just added to that. Is there a genre that you would still want to do that you haven't got to do?
It's been a while since I've done horror. I'm not a big horror fan,
Yeah.
but I do kind of like campier kind of
Yeah.
more horror genre like Scream and stuff like that. Love to be in a Scream
Well, that'd be good.
movie.
Would
I mean,
you,
who
but
wouldn't?
do you want like an epic death or do you want to be the villain?
Yeah, I think so. I think an epic death.
Yeah,
I
see,
know a
that's
lot of
what
people
I'd
are like, "Oh,
want
I'd
to.
love to be the villain." I'm one of those guys that I can play a good red herring
Yes.
where, but he's so nice, it can't be him. But that's why it
Right.
has to be him, right? You know what I mean? And then what I'm seeing is the type of thing where, I show up with that information and I go, it was and then right before I can say it, there's
Oh,
the
that'd be
shiv,
good.
the skiff through the right through the
Yep.
stomach, and then the collapse. But the last horror movie I did, uh, well, Firestarter was more of a thriller, but before that
Yeah.
was a movie called Bloodwork, and
Oh,
yeah, that one I had a pretty gruesome death. It was sort of zombie-like. It took place in a medical testing facility, and they were
okay.
running tests on us and everything like that. It's back in 2010. That's a good
Oh,
one
yes,
though.
it's been a little
Trisha
while.
Helfer's in it. Eric Roberts is in it. Travis Van Winkle. It's a really cool
Yeah, that's
movie,
really
but it's been a
good. That's a
while.
good cast.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've done a little work with Eric.
Yeah,
He did a audio drama with us.
yeah, yeah.
Speaking of prolific, he's in so
Hmm.
much still. He's
Hmm.
still so busy.
Yeah, he is one of those actors that I think he just enjoys working.
Yeah.
And he
Oh
just
yeah. Yeah, he absolutely
just
does.
loves to be on a film set. So he's
He,
working in all different budgets. Where
yeah.
one day he's shooting in an indie low budget, the next day he's in Babylon, The next day he's in, the Dark Knight, right? And the next day he's doing like a one-man show or whatever.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I mean?
know.
Like,
It's everywhere.
yeah.
I think if I would want to be the guy that thinks he's going to be the hero, I'm attempting a heroic move and it just goes horrible, and then I end up just getting killed.
Yeah, that's actually good. That's actually good. It's like you're one of those guys. You take a beer bottle and you smash it over you go to threaten somebody and they immediately shoot you dead.
And
Like,
it just go, I'm just like, that I think that
yep,
would be good. I'd be good
yep,
with that.
exactly. Or you accidentally stab someone else as you're like, going for Ghostface, right?
Yeah, what if I, I'm going for Ghostface, but I accidentally hit the wrong person.
Yeah, or you fall on the knife yourself.
And maybe
the
that person
impale.
was getting ready to actually kill Ghostface.
Yes.
And then I mess it up.
Yeah. Well, that's always fun in a movie where someone comes flying in with their car and then out of nowhere they hit the person that was going to help them.
Yeah.
And then they get out and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
There's one of the Halloween movies, the older ones, not the newer ones.
Yeah.
There's a part where the townspeople just shoot up this bush. I mean, they just really unload on this bush. And then the guy, and it always cracks me up, the guy says, "Well, that's not Michael Myers. That's Bob."
Oh my God.
And Bob's just there all shut up.
He's there. Oh well. Yeah. They see it rustling, right? And then
they just
go
unload.
For it. Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh.
No. Yeah. Well, Vas, thanks for taking a little bit of time. It's always so great to catch up with you, and I love the fact that you stayed busy even while becoming a new parent.
Yeah.
When are you getting any sleep at all?
We're now getting sleep.
Okay.
It's
okay.
So that's because he's getting sleep. So
he's
we're
sleeping
getting
sleep,
a
little bit now.
He's sleeping a bit. Yeah. He's tossing and turning, but he's putting himself to sleep, which is good. He's just waving.
Oh,
he's waving,
that's excellent.
Waving. And then we close the door and he's just waving. Then he puts himself to sleep.
Oh, that's really good.
I hope I didn't jinx it.
Yeah. I hope not, because that's amazing. That's
I'll see you in the next 3 years. I'll just be a shell of a man at that point. Right?
Your hair will look like mine. I'll be like, what happened?
You wear it well, though. You wear it well.
Yeah. I had no choice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, Vas, before I let you go, You're My Hero is no, I Will Find You. You're My Hero is the last one. I Will Find You, June 18th on Netflix. It looks amazing. My mother's read that book. She says it's really
nice.
Really good. So
yeah.
I'll have to go over. Her and my dad cannot switch to Netflix. They've got DirecTV. They can't switch. So if they want to watch something, I have to go over there and switch it for them.
I see. Yeah. So
I mean, they may watch the entire series in one setting because they don't want to have to turn the channel. But then once they're done, I'm going to have to go back and switch it back for them. I know. But I'll do it.
Son. Yeah. You're
Thankfully,
you're a gentleman and a scholar. Yeah.
Well, so a couple of things, Vas, before I let you go. Anything else that you're working on that we can kind of keep an eye out for?
Yeah, nothing that I can talk about. But definitely keeping busy, and I'm coaching actors as well through my online studio, which I opened a couple of years ago. It's called The Online Actor. So you might see some of those actors coming through your podcast, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So
you tell any of them that show up, make sure to let me know that they've been to your class.
Yeah, absolutely. I will. It's so funny because I'll be on set and I'll be literally working with somebody that is an actor that I coach or have coached or something, and they'll come up to me.
Is it a good reunion or is it awkward?
No, it's great. It's great. Except what I'll say is we're working on this together. I'm not going to be coaching you on this.
Yeah.
Right?
I had
we got to set that boundary.
I've got a good friend that he played a young version of Jean-Luc Picard on Star Trek Next Generation, and he gets stabbed. Speaking of epic deaths, he gets stabbed, through the heart, in the back through the heart, and that's his scene
my dream.
with Jean-Luc. So before he was on Star Trek, his acting teacher was John Delancey that plays
Oh,
Q. So
yeah.
he showed up on set, and John's there, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, I got this role." So then the whole time, John is coaching him while he's
That's
trying to
so
do,
funny.
which he loved, but he's like, it was a little distracting.
That's really funny. That's like Al Pacino and Lee Strasberg in Godfather 2. There's some uncanny scenes where he's his mentor figure
Yeah,
in that film, but he's also his acting teacher.
he's like, yeah.
And they're saying things that sound like they're literally talking about them being in acting class together. You
I
gotta
forgot.
do it
That's
with your whole
hilarious.
heart. You gotta want, you gotta feel,
That's right.
stuff like that. And I'm like, this is behind the scenes footage. This is not
That's
from
right.
the
We're getting
movie.
a
Right?
little
Yeah.
insight here.
Yes, yes. So I Will Find You is the big drop happening now, June 18th, Netflix. And
That's
if your
exciting,
parents,
though.
yeah,
Are
if
you
your
doing
parents don't have it,
are you
switch them
doing a
over.
watch party or anything?
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I think it's more um actively texting people while watch because
Oh,
everyone's
that'll be
watching it
fun.
asynchronous, right? So the
Yeah, yeah.
family will watch it on a different schedule. It'll drop that day, and some people will watch it super early, some people watch it at
That's
night.
right.
But I'll do the little. Henry will be asleep, but Marina and I will do a little screening together of probably part of it, and then continue, and then my family might do the whole in one sitting type
That's
situation.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Vas, before I let you go, remind everybody where they can find you on social media, websites, all that stuff.
Yeah, the best place is on Instagram at Vas_Saranga.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, it comes right
Nice
up.
and easy. First name underscore last name. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
type Vas, I'm right there.
Well, we're going to have to make this a trilogy, Vas. You'll have to come back.
Yeah.
Let's not wait 3 years, though. Come soon.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. Well, if we do it every three, then it's the hat trick, it's the trifecta, it's
You'll
the
come back
trilogy,
and
and
you'll be like, yeah, we had twins.
oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be the day.
See, you had that look like a new parent
Yeah.
would have.
Yeah.
You're like, oh
Like I'm
no.
still in the thick of it. Like I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
All right.
I would have that Chewbacca expression on my
Yeah.
face in the background. Basically, all of their expressions, right?
Any of them would work in that situation.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh.
All right. Let's hold on 1 second. Love Vass. He's just such a terrific guy and a very talented actor. He's also a very good director and a writer, but excellent actor. Just always enjoy it when he comes. And if you really enjoyed this one, make sure you go back and check out our interview with him from 3 years ago. I think it really gives you insight into his background and why and how he became an actor and got into the entertainment business. Really, really good interview. One of my favorites. So definitely check that one out. If you're watching this, it should be popping up where you just click on it and watch. So definitely check out Vast there. Just to give you an idea of some of the things that we talked about on the previous episode that we didn't talk about this time. He mentioned Firestarter. He played Dexter in Salvation. He was absolutely terrific. He was in several episodes of Orphan Black. Loved that. He did the Strain. He was in The Handmaid's Tale, or The Handmaid's Tale. I think that's all of them that I wanted to check on. The I Will Find You also stars Aaron Richards, who we love. So definitely check that one out. June 18th, Netflix. I Will Find You. I think you're really going to love it. If you're finding us for the first time, I'm so happy that you're here. We'd love to have your support. It's real easy to do. It's free. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. Please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It's kind of like following, but those subscriptions really help us to entice these wonderful guests that we keep bringing on the podcast. Our website's meistercon.com. You can find almost 1,200 episodes, audio and video versions. If we're doing something in studio, if we're going on location, if we're covering a convention, anything we have going on will be on the website, meistercon.com. Thank you guys so much. Till next time. Bye, everybody.